Hey guys, welcome to Wait a Minute. My videos, my thoughts, and I'm sharing them with you. First day with this new map.
Half a mile. Turn right onto West Olive Road.
Sorry that I always forget, but I always forget. Anywho, some things are on my mind. One, and I got to do the first one first because I might not have time to do anything else. I have a problem. I used to have a lot of connections in a lot of places where I could place people that were homeless that needed a place to stay overnight or whatever, or needed a hot meal. But I found out yesterday I don't have any of those connections anymore. I don't have anybody to help me get something done. I love your suggestions, I really do. But if your suggestions for me placing somebody is a mission, any one of the missions around here, or any of the charities that we have going on around here, I probably either tried already or I know that I can't try because they already told me that they wouldn't do it, whatever. So the dealio is, and they don't have to be in trouble to not be able to go to those places. Some people just can't because of their anxiety, the way they are. They'd rather live under a tree somewhere than to have to be in the thing, you know what I mean? But well, I'll just give you a little bit. I said something yesterday. A young man goes to the city mission, Holland Rescue Mission, right? And he stays one night with no incidents, no troubles. And I know this because I talked to the guy who signed him up and everything. No problems, just as he's staying there as a stepping stone to get somewhere else. Of course, that's what everybody at the mission is supposed to be doing, right? I mean, they're not supposed to stay there forever. We stayed one night, and then he found a place that he could go live. And he did go live at that place. And I don't know, something happened. I just couldn't tell you, I don't even know if he said. I think he said, but I don't know. But something happened, and he had to leave the mission to go live with this other person. She offered him a place to stay. She had other people that were lodging at her house. She had a good-sized house, and that's what she did, kind of, sort of. And so she asked him if he wanted to come, and he did, and he stayed there. End of story, right? There was no harsh words. He closed his stuff out at the mission, said he had found a place to stay, blah, blah, blah. Well, the mission has a policy that if you leave, you can't come back for 28 days. I understand in certain situations that you can't come back in 28 days. I do understand that. But if there are no exceptions to that, that's a problem for me. And different places, there's places in Grand Rapids that would take somebody in. And then there's shelters in Grand Haven, but it's like a week to 2 weeks to get in. So they have no emergency shelter. And nowhere in between Holland and Grand Haven have emergency shelter. No one that I could find. Now, I used to have people that I could call up and say, hey, you know what, I got this person. And before that, I owned my own home and they could stay with me. Now, for example, this guy that I was with last night, no place to go. No place. And I was trying really hard. I have been trying really hard. Just can't find a single place for him to go. I put it online, and people were feeling for me. People were praying for me, and that was great. And I hope you're praying for the kid, too. And he's still a mess. We did find him a garage to sleep in last night. I haven't really talked to him much about it after that, but it was very awkward, very uncomfortable. But he did get someone to let him stay in their garage. So that's where I left him last night, at a garage. And I don't know, maybe it's a nice garage, I don't know. But just the thought of someone having to stay in a garage. But it was better than the night before when he stayed behind a dumpster. I've known a lot of homeless people that started out staying behind a dumpster. Anywho, I said all that to say this. If you don't have the room, or you're not called to, or you don't, whatever, I get that. There are people that just can't help in a situation like that. But there are other people who can help, but don't, because it's a homeless person. Ew, he's dirty. He's been living on the streets for days without a shower. Yep, true story. Ew, he's got problems. I don't want him to have a problem at my house. Yep, he probably has problems because that's why he's homeless in the first place. So those are the first two questions. Do they have problems? And are they dirty? Well, almost all the time they have problems and are dirty. That's why they're homeless. And vice versa. It's just a vicious cycle to get in. Once you're homeless, you want to use drugs. Once you use drugs, you're going to be homeless. It just goes around and around and around. And different problems as well, but that's the one that came to my mind first. Anywho, I said all that. You guys, if you know of any place that can do emergency housing for a young person, usually, or even sometimes it's an older person, if you know of anything that can be done, and I'm talking about you personally, I'm not talking about, hey, I heard that the Grand Haven mission, no, the Muskegon mission was blah blah. I know this. I'm aware. I've tried those places before. I'm not asking for you to tell me a place unless it's someplace local. I'm not asking you to tell me someplace far, far away. I'm asking because this person needs a place to stay that night, anywhere in between Grand Haven and Holland or the surrounding areas close by. In this particular case, he had an interview, an intake interview this morning at a place that can help him. I don't know if he made it there. I really don't. He's only got a signal when he's only got Wi-Fi when he gets a signal at stores and stuff. So I really don't know what happened. I got one word, or 2 words, a sentence from him today. And then when I replied to the sentence, I didn't hear another thing. So I have no idea what's going on. I know he's really, really miserable. Probably suicidal, or at least borderline suicidal. But at least we found him a garage to stay in last night. So anyway, I'm saying this not to make you feel bad. I'm saying this, if you are somebody who can help and you're not, I would really pray about that. I really would. God gives us our gifts, including our finances and our skills, so that we can be a blessing to others and what do you call it? A shine through, an uplift from His kingdom, right? He wants people to see how He loves us, right? Now, what that kid last night saw was that, is God really going to let me sleep on the ground again? Is God really... Now, I realize he's in a bad way, he's done a lot of stupid stuff, but nobody deserves to sleep on the ground. They just don't. And it was cool and rainy, and he was already miserable. He hadn't eaten all day, except some junk food he had earlier. I was going to feed him, but he said he didn't feel like eating. It would make him feel sick, you know. So I get all that. My point is, what are we going to do about it? When it was just me at my house, heck yeah, I'd take him in. I'd take him in a heartbeat. And I can't do that anymore because I don't have a home. That sucks. Anyway, I'm not trying to guilt trip anybody. I'm just saying, if you got any ideas or if you can help in any way, we need to have something set up in case of an emergency. Roots above people's families. This could be any one of your kids. This could be any one of you. I get this quite often. I don't know, not quite often, a couple times a month maybe. Somebody just has no place to go. Yeah, a lot of it's their own fault. A lot of it is, that's true. But I don't recall God ever saying, well, it's your own fault. I'm not gonna help you, it's your own fault. I don't think I've ever heard him say that. But if he did, I'd check the context on that. Because God doesn't just throw us away. Anyway, here's this guy. He's like so many other guys. It could be one of your kids, could be my kids. A lot of times your kids are my kids. But please think about it. Please pray about it. If you got any ideas, please hit me up with them. And please don't hit me up with the City Mission, Muskegon Mission, or Grand Rapids stuff. When someone is in this area and they're homeless in this area, they either have a good reason to be here, like the guy that had the interview tomorrow, or this is the only place they know, or they might be a little scared going to a bigger city and staying there. I don't know. Those are just some things I'm thinking about. 2 of those things I've been told before, but the being scared part, I don't know if I was told that, but I was told close to that. So anyway, here's the dealio. I love you guys. I really do. I hope everything goes great for you today. Have a great day. Okay, bye.